Uh, what up, though,
You can hear me,
ladies and
right?
gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It is Friday. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Just got paid. Body humping. Feeling all right. Well, I forgot the words.
Music
Anybody?
pumping,
Yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
down.
Get down. Get
Friday
down
night,
now.
just got
I like when
paid.
you like say who.
Right. Say,
Oh, say
say
who.
who?
Who.
Oh.
Uh, Yo, this
Yeah.
is Mask Off Podcast, episode 117. Nostalgia. Nostalgia.
117, baby.
You know, this is Big Tone. I'm here with the young bull, Malachi. We doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? We here for another episode of the Young Bull and the OG show. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's a show within a show. Because of the show, we get the show popping. So because everybody ain't here, we got a sub show. Young Bull in the OG. And we at it again, man. So we want to talk about some things today. But first, before we start getting to whatever we talking about, I just want to say hello to the young bull. What's up, Malachi? How you feeling?
What's good, OG? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. It sound like computer out. You got the computerized voice. Yeah, I can hear you. It's good to hear you. It's good to see you. How was your week? What transpired? Was it positive? Was it a negative? Was it in between? Was it over? Was it under? What's the deal?
You can hear me good?
I can hear you computerized.
I ain't really rocking with computerized, man. Go ahead with your week. I'm still working on this. Give me a second.
All right, well, my week, how was my week? My week was productive. As you know, I'm in a different location. You know what I'm saying? So after I got this situated and I discovered that the kids go back to school pretty early, man. Like I thought they go back like the first week of September, but no. They go back to school the last week in August. And I was not mentally prepared for that. So I start thinking about all the gazillion things I got to do to get prepared for my young bull. He'll be a freshman in high school, freshman, and my daughter will be a senior in high school. So I got one leaving and one going. So it's gonna be an exciting and heavy call, heavy, heavy on the pocket year as far as schooling. But other than that, man, everything been positive around my part, man. Just trying to stay afloat, doing everything need to be done, working on some things. Got some show concepts I've been working on. I've been seeing a lot of good shows. I've been seeing a lot of good people do their things at Planet. And anybody don't know, Big Tone has been helping out at the Ant. Doing a couple things, and I've been I've been seeing a lot of good things up there, man. I don't know if you remember Shima. Shima got like a little uh it's like a blind date type show popping off at the Ant, and that's really deep, bro. The concept of it is two people come near with blindfolds on, and they're on the stage, and they're getting to know each other but never seen each other, don't know nothing about each other. So I thought it was a cool concept. It was a great show. I was glad to be in the house that night. um Hip Prov and Tam show, they've been doing their thing up there, and just being back up at the Ant, man, seeing a lot of familiar faces, a lot of talented people, the nights I'm up there, it goes down, man. It'd be a busy, busy night. And I'm just blessed to be back in the presence of people who do creative works. You know, um, I guess the young boy had to go get his sound situation together, but I'm gonna definitely hit it up. Today's show, man. We talking about some serious stuff. We talking about the nostalgia of movies today, the nostalgia of comics, the nostalgia of comics in the media, the nostalgia of all the things that I remember as a kid, and how it is now it is now into fruition, man. Like I'm gonna give a little break story, waiting for him to come back on. I remember, I had this serious thing as a kid. I used to collect comics, and I would have never thought in my years on this earth that I would see on the big screen Marvel characters that I love dearly, Marvel characters that I grew up going to the comic book store on Gratiot. I think it was a real big comic book store on Gratiot, this east side. Gratiot before you get to 7 Mile. No, before you get to 6 Mile. And it was like a real, real big building. I can't remember the street, but I know I used to always imagine, dang man, what if this was a movie? What if that was a movie? Now we don't have to imagine it with CGI and all types of other stuff. You know, this stuff, like I said previously, it's coming to fruition. And when I was growing up, I used to watch Batman, the old Batmans, where they used to go pow, bang, chop, kick, and it wasn't just right to me, even though it was okay. But I wanted something with some super effects, you know what I mean? And then I remember when they brought out Batman, and that was pretty dope. It was nothing like it. And but if you start talking Batman, man, they kind of saturated that brand with all these different Batmans, and then they got it right when they made Heath Ledger the villain, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So, this kind of stuff we talking about tonight. We opening up the floors, we opening up the sound, and we trying to get it right to where we have a discussion about the nostalgia of movies, and we gotta I think I might show a trailer tonight too. I think I might run a trailer. You know what I mean? So I know I saw something in the media and I wanted to run it by you, young boy. Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you talk?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Ah, okay. There go the young boy.
Yes, sir.
What's good with you?
It's good. Hey, yeah, heard a little bit about what you were saying, man, with the childhood. And I want to give a quick motivational minute, man. First of all, my week was good. I had a good week, man. I'm learning so much, as I keep saying every week. I'm learning so much. And I'm so excited for a lot of things in my life, man. Tomorrow. We at the Redford Theater for Mike Leary's one-man special, Trying Not to Backslide, man.
Ah,
Yo, this is about to be crazy. And I am going to be opening up the show with my 5-minute set, man.
get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Get out of here.
Yes, sir. So I
Oh,
am it's surreal, bro. It's
oh.
surreal.
Out of
It's here.
all out of
Yeah.
all the young cats that he
hmm
could have picked, you was the chosen one, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be three of us, me, Marcus, and Uncle Smooth. Smooth gonna be on that boy too. So
Yo, but that still tells you how much people believe in your drive, Malachi. Like I seen all those people that was there, and the To get you and Smooth on stage like that, that means people taking notice to your talent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's dope. That's real dope. That's great news. I mean, I'm happy for Mike Larry, but I'm ecstatic for you because who gets to open up for Mike Larry, number one, and number two, who gets a 5 minute set in front of a big stage like that? Redford Theater is considered to be a big stage, bro. So that's dope. And this isn't you doing acting. This is you doing stand up. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's pretty dope. And and I'm like, you know, I'm trying to get you to go to LA so I can come out there. Me and DJ Touch can come out there and live it up. You know what I mean? On a Hollywood Boulevard and get a square with you. But you going a different route. You trying to be the triple threat. You don't on the you on the Kevin Hart side of the game, and that's all right. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ride the wave. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit, but I know you can't hear me, so that's why I'm not.
Oh man, you know what? And this is why we sound check. You know what I mean? But the funny thing about sound checking is Malachi stuff always seem to go haywire right before we're going on. So I don't know who's out there putting bad vibes out there, but I'm not about to have you do sign language tonight. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But you want to do this motivational minute. What's going on? I'm gonna do a motivational minute. I'm gonna do a motivational minute. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my you know what? I'm not even gonna call it a motivational minute. I'm gonna switch it up. Big words, big words, big tone. Yeah, we ain't gonna do no motivational minute. Young Bull going through a lot tonight, so you're gonna hear some big words from Big Tone tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I've been watching, not even watching. I've been looking at social media, and I've been seeing a lot of things out there, and I just want to know. I just want to say that you know sometimes you got to unplug yourself from social media because you can get wrapped up in whatever's going on in the world. So I'm saying that to say you can be of the world and not be a part of the world. So take time out of your day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and unplug yourself from social media. And when you do that, you'll find yourself captivated in a lot of different things that you may not have done before, things that you probably used to do, like read. How many of us actually take the time out to read again? Or not just for like you're reading for a class or whatever. Read to learn some knowledge. A lot of people they get caught up in just going to YouTube and have YouTube tell you the answers instead of you doing the research. Do your research. That's a big thing that I always say. Do your research. Find out for yourself. If you don't find out for yourself, you won't know. And if you don't know, you have to take someone else's advice. And you don't want to take other people's advice because you know already. So do your research. And another big thing too, while I'm at it, during this summer season, people tend to like to get married. That's a beautiful thing. Remember, if you're marrying someone, you're taking on ideologies that you have to conform with, and be a part of. So remember, if you getting married this season, make sure it's the person you really want to spend eternity with, because they say it's cheaper to keep it. You can get involved with someone and it's hard to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a big shout out to the people that I know that's getting married. Wish you the best. Love is love. Love is strong. So good luck on that, Ian. And this is big words from Big Tone. You know, every now and then I like to do a little a little banter when I get the opportunity. And Malachi been giving me a little bit of doing a little banter. He's been having me do the banter for a little bit. So let me see. I'm gonna go to the comments. We got DJ Touch in the building. Shout out to DJ Touch. DJ Touch says, "Good evening, fellas. Hello to you too, my dear. Um, the only comics I've read are the ones that were in the newspaper and the Bazooka Bubble Gum. First of all, let's talk about that. The Bazooka Bubble Gum was horrible. The taste, the taste, the taste, the taste. The taste would disappear so fast. You'll get a burst of sugar and then it'll disappear, and you just got this rubbery thing in your mouth. No, pause. Anyway, it was just a rubbery glob that's in your mouth, and you trying to figure out where to go next. Um, so so when you gonna do this social media purge, Big Tone? Oh, I've done it. I've done it. I do my stuff on the low, low. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now I've done my purges to where it's like I've pulled back, because I've been known to be a troll on social media. So I've pulled back a little bit and I'll stop trolling, and I've done things, to where I don't comment, or I only posting certain things, or I only look for certain things on social media that involves family. So I've done my own little kickback. So DJ Touch say marriage, yuck, yuck. I agree with you. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But it's to each his own. And I agree with you, is with societal norms. People have an expectation that you can't coexist unless you are engaged in marriage, and marriage is an arrangement that people come together to do. They that is and another thing, people don't talk about how it's attached to religion. You know what I mean? And if you follow any religion govern, that's one way to make sure you continue to follow it through marriage. So that's that. So while we wait for him, we're gonna keep it moving, man. We're gonna get this thing cracking. Like I said, today we kind of going over the nostalgia of you know shows. One of the things that I saw that really saw fascinating was the new the new trailer the new trailer for Wakanda Forever, and this joint just came out. And matter of fact, I think I'm going to play this play this thing, man. I'm gonna see what's really popping, see what's really good, because I think we need to see it. We definitely need to check it out. So I'm gonna cue it up so we can get it popping, and we're gonna go from there, people.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, my friend. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything? And when I wake up,
that thing coming in November, man. That's pretty dope. That's dope stuff right there. You know, that's real dope stuff. So let's talk about that for a moment, man. And what I want to talk about specifically is how, you know, let's talk Black Panther, right? So if you talk Black Panther, you have to understand that, you know, there really wasn't any concrete idea about what they were going to do when Mr. Bozeman passed away. So they had to figure out how they was going to get this brand pushing. And you know, a lot of people may not know what was happening in that trailer, but that was the first signs of Namor. And Namor. He is the equivalency to DC's comics Aquaman. He is the prince of what's it? Atlantis. He's a prince to Atlantis. So, you know, that's some interesting stuff to see. Interesting stuff to see. So, what's up, young boy?
What's the deal, OG? Man, I've been back in this weight. Say, nah. Just trying to get the same energy, man.
It's good to see you back. We just watched the trailer, man. Wakanda Forever, and look like you zoning out again. So we gonna put him on pause till he get his stuff together. So we we I want to tap into that. So the first Wakanda, man, it was a deep story, very powerful story. It was very uplifting for Black people, you know, and I thought that, you know, I got into the nostalgia of, yes, this is something for Black people. This is us, and this one is the continuation of it. But I also want to talk about how all these comics that's coming out, you know, it's like it's controlling the it's controlling the box office. If there isn't any like crazy movies that's coming out, they'll hit you with these Marvel movies now, which I find super dope. Because as a kid, that's all I wanted. I wanted something like that. I wanted
that live action.
Yeah, that live action, that superhero action. all that stuff, man. They giving it to you now, and
Yeah.
you have to really look at it from it's part of today's makeup.
Right.
Movies movies like this back in the day wasn't really it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we had a lot of drama and stuff, but it wasn't on a superhero genre. You know what I mean? So when they start coming out with certain movies that was catered to superheroes, like what they used to have back in the day that was really heavy. They used to have, and I mentioned it was Batman. Yeah, it was
Superman.
Batman. It was Daredevil. Remember what's the
Yep.
Ben Affleck did Daredevil? That was horrible. Um,
They had the Green Lantern.
the Green Lantern. I'm
Uh,
talking about even before that. They had
oh
the
yeah.
Punisher. They did like 3 Punishers.
Yeah. Blade.
Oh, once they did Blade though, Blade set it off. You know what I mean? Blade was Blade was the one. You know what I mean?
Right.
That really showed that that can really survive in the box office when they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they did that Daredevil with Elektra,
Yeah.
and it was, I don't know if you remember that. Then they did the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Catwoman was in that.
What'd you say?
Catwoman.
No, she wasn't in a Fantastic Four.
No, not in that, but in that era.
Oh yeah. A lot of people don't remember that. Michael B. Jordan was in that Fantastic Four, that early Fantastic Four, man. So we thought we was gonna see more of him in the future. You know what I mean? So I've
I
been
didn't know
checking
that.
out some of these comments that's been going on, and DJ Touch, she been blessing us. She said, "Am I doing the show alone today?" I'm never alone when the young boy here. You know what I mean? I'm never alone. You know what I mean? So it's always the young boy and OG. We at it again, baby. You know what I'm saying? It may be some difficulties, but we keep it moving. We keep it popping. So no, I'm not alone. And thank you, DJ Touch, for your care and your concern. She also said, I gotta see Wakanda Forever and The Woman King. The Woman King is supposed to be a true story. You know what? And that's the thing too. They do with these cartoons, man. They take these cartoons and these comics and morph them into just comics. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of these comics book characters are based on, like, how can I put it? Say for instance, Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk, really, if you look at his characteristics, he is, I think it's bipolar schizophrenic. You know what I mean? So a lot of them have different characteristics that tune to like mental health and uh stuff like that. So if once you get into it, you can start seeing the connection. You know, can you hear me? You can't say much. Oh, so all right, cool. So it seems like you're going to be doing some sign language. Okay, cool. So DJ Touch says the way Malachi keeps popping in and out, it's like he never left. Fellas, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? Why would it have to be one though? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it would be one. If I had a superpower, um, I don't know. I would want two. I would want Wolverine's healing factor, and I would want something else to go along with it. You know what I mean? But I just wouldn't have one. I would have two. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And what I wouldn't want is some kind of freakish way in which I obtain my powers. I wouldn't want that. Like, oh, he fell down a flight into some a toxic ravine, and he ended up with monkeypox or something, and he got his powers through monkeypox. So I wouldn't want nothing like that. I was born with these powers, and that's what that is, you know. And then, there's always some tragic event that takes place that spark a human superhero's ability to be super. You know what I mean? So I would want my powers brought on by something catastrophic that took place, like uh, he was scoring the winning touchdown, and before he can actually get in the field goal, he was tackled by all these guys, and he had all this brute strength, and he fought through to get the job done. I know I'm sounding really, really lame and real corny, but that's really how I envision me getting superpowers. So also, I want to tap into something. So when I was a kid, I used to watch not only Marvel superhero stuff. I used to watch cartoons, and one of the cartoons they had was Mask and Centurions and GoBots, Transformers, GI Joe, and I've always wanted them to do a Silverhawks and a Centurions movie, and they haven't. And I'm putting that out there in the atmosphere so somebody can pick that up and do. Um, DJ Touch says, I want to time travel and be invisible. Okay. All right. Time travel. Hmm. That sounds like a good one. Go back in time and change some stuff, move some stuff around, do some things and be invisible. Don't want to be seen. You know, I get it. I get it. I get it. Those are good things to have, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, what else I got? So I have something. I did a little research today. So the research that I did today, it correlates to what we're talking about. And what we're talking about is the nostalgia of my childhood and how it's coming to fruition with these shows. So what did I do with it? I don't know what I did with my document I had, but hold up 1 second. Let me look something up. So one of the things I was checking out was how all these Marvel movies came into existence. And I know you had the film, but the timeline, there was a timeline for the MCU films. And if you're not following the timeline, you can get lost into what's going on. So, and it's a big timeline too. So I think we like in the fourth phase of this timeline. And let me show you. This is the timeline that kind of goes with what's transpiring today. So this timeline covers Captain America, the first Avengers. It's supposed to now. This timeline is not the timeline that's. This is not the timeline that's seen like between the that's seen between the movies. This is the timeline that's in the MCU stage. So it would be first Captain America, the first Avenger. That's between like 1942 and 1945, and then they fast forwarded to Captain Marvel, which was 1995, and then it goes on and on. Iron Man was 2008. Iron Man 2 was 2010. Incredible Hulk 2010. Thor 11. The Avengers is 2012. Iron Man 3 late 2012. I'm not going to go into all these, but you can see the way how everybody started coming together in this MCU timeline. And that's significant because once you get all the way down to right now, where you're looking at the Eternals, it came out, Moon Knight, Silverman, Spider-Man, and all this stuff. We did a whole timeline of characters, and you don't even realize that what you've been watching is a development of a whole bunch of characters, and it don't even seem like it because it feels like only thing you've been watching is Spider-Man number one, the Avengers, and number two you've been watching. It seemed like you've been watching the core group, and it like sprinkles of like certain people in there. You know, that's what it feels like. So I don't know. All I know is this: when it comes to Marvel, they're hard to top with these movies, and they're pretty good. So if you look at, let me see if there's a comparison to DC. Let me see if it's a comparison to DC timeline because they struggle to keep up with what's going on. Yeah, they struggle to keep up with what's going on. They got how to watch the movies in chronological order.
What up, though?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Man. Yeah, so this list. I'm gonna just jump right in, man. So I get my 2 cents in while I can. I remember my dad gave my brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My dad gave my brother for his birthday the Incredible Hulk movie. It was on DVD. He tricked him by putting it in a cookies bag, but it was the Incredible Hulk movie, and we were so excited, man. Like it was his gift, but I already knew. Like we was on that boy, man. That boy was a great movie. That was like the first like superhero movie. That was the start of it, the Incredible Hulk of the series, I believe. And so, man, that movie was dope, man. I just remember like watching it and enjoying that. And Hulk was my favorite character. And just seeing how strong he was and the stuff he was able to do, like how far he could jump. Like he basically was flying. That's how far he could jump and stuff. Like, so I love the whole movie itself, man. It really made the superheroes real. I was like, that was that first one that broke out. And I was hooked after that. I wanted more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna show like the DC timeline and give like the the difference between the movies between Marvel and DC. And
Oh, okay.
hold on, I got some more comments from DJ Touch. DJ Touch been holding me down while you was getting your
Dope.
song. Shout out to DJ Touch. She said, I thought comics generated from one entity. Why Marvel and then DC? No, there has always been different entities in comic books. Like
Yep.
two main ones is DC and Marvel. And some
Yep.
of the artists they go back and forth to to um to different agencies. But
Mm-hmm.
Marvel is something about Marvel, man. Marvel has always, from my perspective, always had great artists and also had great storylines.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, what the big difference between the two is the storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
character.
know. I mean, I just always thought the artistry of the characters too. Like
Hmm.
I never liked the artistry or either the storylines of Superman. Like he's indestructible, but there's only one thing that can hurt him, and it's kryptonite. And once he get that kryptonite around him, he freaking the hell out. Oh, oh.
He's
So
done. He's done off that kryptonite.
I don't know. I never really liked that. You know what I mean? Because why
Yeah,
make a guy it completely immortal to everybody, and then
mhm.
you got this one thing that can turn the tide. I never liked that concept.
Yeah. I've always took fine. Superman was one of my favorite from DC for sure.
Oh, really?
No, no. Batman is Batman.
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 People say Batman because he a regular dude with a little bread, and he's able to beat off like super dudes. It's just unrealistic to me.
Hey, if it wasn't for Batman, DC's whole franchise, like honestly, I feel like Batman carries DC's whole franchise. You know what I'm saying?
We talking movie wise, or we talking comics? Because if we talking
Just
comics, Superman has always carried
no, not yeah.
the banner.
I'm
But if
talking
we talking
movies.
movies,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
he carried that franchise.
movies and brand overall, like overall branding. You know what I'm saying? Like because DC is the little brother of Marvel. You feel me? And it's like without these Dark Knight trilogy and like the Batmans before then, like with Jack Nicholson and they had a bunch of different Batman and Jokers, you know, and those were always uh, those movies of their time. They were always, you know, stood out. So that's why I feel like Batman is just he held it down on the DC end, you know, and that's my favorite superhero overall, even between the two, Marvel and DC.
I've always I, I've always liked the Marvel version of Batman, which would be Punisher. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Punisher don't give a fuck.
yeah,
You know what I mean, he's showing you his face. He coming to your house. He's coming to murder you in the regard of
punish.
justice. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you did, don't let him find out because it's murder she wrote. You shouldn't have did it. You
He
should
will
have did it.
punish you for it.
He will punish you for it. You know what I mean? So I've always liked Punisher, you know, and I've always thought that he he's pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah, I rock with the Punisher too. Um, let's
DC
see, Green Lantern only because he was black. You feel me? Like, you gotta.
there's
Uh,
there's been different Green Lanterns. There was a black one, but uh it was a white Green Lantern for a long
it
time.
was, yeah.
Yeah, DJ Touch say so. All of DC characters wear capes. Hmm.
Mm,
Wonder Woman doesn't wear a cape.
Wonder
Uh,
Woman.
who else?
Green
Aquaman wear?
Lantern doesn't wear a cape.
No, he don't. Aquaman don't.
Aquaman.
Um, Cyborg don't.
Yeah, it's a lot of them though.
It's a lot of that do wear capes though.
Hmm.
You know what I
They
mean?
lead with the cape for sure.
Yeah,
They're a cape led franchise for sure,
yeah.
man. What's your favorite? What's your favorite superhero movie all time?
Superhero movie.
Just one.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's what I would like.
Out of everything, I like the Batman with Heath Ledger in it. And I didn't like it because Batman, I think Heath Ledger played a hell of a Joker.
That was a Dark Knight Rises. Oh, no, that was the Dark Knight. That was the first one.
Was it with Heath Ledger?
I think Dark Knight was the first one. Yeah, because he
Let me
had
look.
died, didn't he?
Yeah, he passed away.
He passed away. Yeah, and I think it was either that one or Dark Knight Rises.
I'm about to look it up right quick.
Okay. But
I know.
I like that one too. The Dark. I think my favorite is The Dark Knight, the first one. I got that movie for my birthday when I turned 19, I think.
It was The
And
Dark Knight. It was The Dark Knight.
the first one, right?
Yeah, I think so. It came out
Yep.
2008.
2008?
2008.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I got it for my birthday on DVD. And dope film, man. It was like, Batman was my favorite character. And just seeing all the gadgets he had, and Joker definitely played a great Joker. Definitely did. So yeah, we got the same movie, man. We like the same one. Our favorite.
Yeah,
Speaking of back, huh?
I like it because it was like super dark, and it was just really dark, and like I said, I love the fact that Heath Ledger really played an awesome
Mm.
villain. You know what I mean, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, he did. Why so serious and all that? He really embodied that. My favorite scenes were with the Joker in it,
Yeah,
because you really saw it. Like, man, this dude is wild, man. He burned that money and stuff. I'm like, man, he really don't care. He don't care about nothing.
everything was touch and go with him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
real talk, man. And then he had all them Jokers set up on the on the last on the I'm about to say the boss level when he went to that abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman always end up in a abandoned warehouse fighting somebody.
Fighting
Him and
somebody
Spider-Man
in the dark. Yeah.
in the dark. You know what I mean?
Now Spider-Man always in the air somewhere.
In a remote place. Like, remember he was fighting on a dang bridge, like San
Right.
Francisco Bridge.
It'd be a bridge or the skyscraper that's being built. So they up there in the in the construction.
I'm like, bro, you doing too much, bro.
Doing too much. Nah, it be the villains, man. The villains be on them. They be plotting the most evil.
Yeah, man. You remember the one with Spider-Man where Jamie Foxx was in that joint?
Yeah, I do.
And Jamie
Nah.
Foxx was doing the most. Like, stop.
Yeah, man. My favorite after that would probably be the first Avengers. Really because it was the first one, you know what I'm saying? And it brought that camaraderie with this team, you feel me? The Avenger team. So I wasn't a comic guy. So I didn't grow up. My little brother was more so into comics. But I wasn't really into the comics. Like the whole thing of reading it all, I'm like, I don't know about this.
That was
So
my thing, man. I love comics, and I was saying earlier, I would go to this comic book store that was on Gratiot before
mhm.
6 Mile and just stay. My mama would drop me off like it was like a daycare or something. She just dropped me
Wow.
off there, and I stay there for like hours just reading the comics and just getting in tune. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have none of this stuff that you see. So a
Mhm.
lot of I'm gonna be honest too, a lot of the big words that I learned and was eager to learn came from comic books. You know what I'm saying? My vocabulary increased tremendously based on the fact that I was able to read comic books, so when we were having like English and social studies in school, I kind of correlated a lot of that with, you know, me being able to have a big vocabulary. I want a lot of spelling bees based off that. You know what I mean?
Oh
And I'm
wow.
proud to say that. That's what
That's
comic
what's
books
up,
did.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up. It taught you some stuff. That's pretty dope that she dropped you off there. Like translate that to today, that'd be like an arcade or something, or laser tag, uh,
Yeah,
bowling.
my mom, she really, if she saw me, if she saw I had an interest in something, she really got behind it. You know what I mean?
That's what's
So,
up.
and she'd give me, I would kind of work for like chore money to get stuff. And you gotta remember too, this is before video games. So
Right.
comic books was essentially my first taste at my imagination. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was cultivating my imagination and thinking outside the box and learning how to develop a broad sense of imagination based off comics. I
Yeah.
was never a drawer. I didn't know how to draw, but
Uh-huh. Me
I
neither.
knew how to I knew how to follow those bubbles though. You know what I mean? If you look, you see the bubbles on there, didn't think
Yeah.
I stand by it. And I would get into it. I would get into it just like that. Didn't think I'd stand by and let you win a parole, did you, boy? What's going on? You know what I mean? I get into the characters and all that stuff. So
That's what's up, man. So yeah, you was 10 toes in it, man.
I was all the way live with it, man. I was all the way live. And I still talk to this guy today. I used to go to Whitney Young Middle School off Shane Park. No,
Okay.
Shane Boulevard on the east side. And that's where I met this kid. And I didn't know anybody else that collected comic books except this one guy. And we was in like 7th grade together.
Mhm.
And he would bring his comic books together, and we were both kind of socially awkward, but he was the type of dude bring his comics, and he wouldn't let you touch them. He'd have them in a case, so he really bringing them to stun on me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Don't
I
touch,
hated it. He,
but
he'd be
don't
like,
touch.
he'd be like, he'd be like, see right here, this is an exclusive comic. And I'm like, yeah, let me check it out. Let me read it. No, I can't. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. So my whole time I was like, I'd be like, fuck you bring it for? Like, so I would get mad at him, and he'd know I'd be upset with him, and he'd try to rub it in my face and all this shit.
Even more.
Even more, and then fast forward to the day, we still the same way. He do little petty shit on Facebook, and I troll him. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
and I know at the beginning of the show I was talking about being a better person and stop trolling on social media. And only person that I troll is him because he's been my adversary since 7th grade when it comes to collecting things. I used to be real big in not only just comics, but I used to be real big in collecting cards, like baseball cards, basketball cards, football cards. And I don't know what overwhelmed me this particular time, but I took I had collected all these cards, these football cards. I think I had like Barry Sanders, a rookie card, Deion Sanders rookie card, all these guys for the '90s. I had like Derek Brooks from Kansas City. I had a bunch of Christian Okoye. I had a bunch of football cards, and I we rode down to Alabama, and my little cousin JJ. I don't know what came over me, so I just decided to go. You know what? I think I wanted him to remember me with something because it was my first time meeting him, and I gave him my whole collection of football cards. I was so fucking dumb. I shouldn't have gave him shit. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine how much money I could have made off that. You know what I'm saying? But I gave it to him. I don't regret it, but I wish I didn't give it to him. Shit. So shit, I do regret it then. Shit. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Both of them.
Yep. So my brother Malachi, we've been on this joint and we have not really heard much from you. We got a little bit of time. So if you can bless us with anything that contributes to this show,
Yeah,
give me something, baby. Give me something.
I got you. Yeah, this I'll talk about the Black Panther, man. I'm excited to see this film. It's a film. It's really for us. Like you said, when the first one came out, it was a us film, man. It put on for our culture, and I'm excited to continue this legacy. It's sad to see that Chadwick Boseman isn't going to be in it due to his tragic passing, but I'm glad they're keeping it going, keeping that legacy going, man. And like I said, this is for the culture, man. And this is the type of stuff that we need, seeing more of us in power as these characters and these heroes and people to look up to. And even how this the whole spin with the women, they really putting women in power with that film too. You know what I'm saying? And that they got that one with Viola Davis coming out too. Did you see that one?
No, but I think DJ Touch was saying something about that.
That man, that one looked good, man. Viola Davis, I didn't know she had that in her bag. Man, that one looked fire, bro. It's she's like a female warrior. I forgot the name of the movie, but I saw the trailer. The trailer looks great, and it's about this female warrior, and you just see the strength and power, and that's the light we should be properly placed in, man. So I'm really happy to see that culture and that growing up. You know what I'm saying? On the up and up. But yeah, I'm a big superhero movie fan, man. I wasn't a comic fan, but I definitely love the Woman King. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely a big Marvel fan. When I saw Endgame, Avengers Endgame, man, that was because I wasn't a comic fan. Endgame just blew me away with what happened. I was like, man, I didn't know this was supposed to happen. Like, I know, it's okay, well, whatever. Let me express. But I'm like, man, like how are these people dead? Like it's over. I was just so blew back, man. And one guy I went to see the movie with, he had to like kind of break it down to me and how it was all, this is all predestined, man. It's all in the comics. And I was like, man, for real. So I love the Avenger trilogy, the whole Avengers little franchise. That particularly is my favorite because you see so many characters getting able to interact.
You know, us who watch the comics, who read the comics, opposed to people who watch the movies, we troll y'all heavy, man,
No,
because
it's a big
it's
beef.
like that didn't happen, and that wasn't supposed to take place, and that's not that. You know what I mean? So it was some parts in there. I was like, eh, mm, eh, mm.
Yeah.
And I know we haven't heard from him in a minute. Shout out to Wiki Dink, but when it comes to certain things like movies that deal with comics, I turn into a big Von Wink. You know what I mean? I'm very critical. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I'm the least to get excited because I'm looking at it from a critical point. You know what I mean? Like, why did they do that? You know what I mean? Oh, they could have did that. Why did they do that? But I don't know. But we gonna get ready to break up out of here, man. Time is ticking and ticking at time. But what I want to leave everybody with, man, there's a guy that's on YouTube. His name is Emergency Awesomeness or Emergency Awesome, I believe. And he is so dope. Like, if you into stuff like this, he kind of breaks down the history, tell you what's going on. He does that with the movies that's coming out. He's been doing that with
That's on Instagram?
no, he's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Emergency Awesome or Emergency Awesomeness. I think that might be it.
Okay.
And he does that. He's about to start doing it again with the I don't know if anybody out there is familiar with Dance of the Dragons with the what is that? My favorite show. The
Oh, this page look dope. Let's check
You
some
looking at
stuff
his
out.
page?
Yeah.
Yeah, he breaks everything down for you. You know what I mean?
He was top. I put EM and he popped up.
Yeah,
He top 3.
he the man. He the man. He gets you together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I check out this other guy. They kind
Oh,
of
he got 4 million subscribers. Yeah.
yeah.
Good
He the
deal.
man. He the man.
That's what's that? Gym of the week.
That's the gym of the week. Yeah.
Week
I
emergency
mean,
awesome.
Comic Books Explained. I check them out where what they do is they explain the origins to a lot of people that's in comic books, and the original backstory, what
Yeah,
comic book it came out of, and
that's
how.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so those some key points to check out. So if you're on YouTube, check those two out. Comic Books Explained and also Emergency Awesomeness. He kind of get into a lot. This guy, he must watch a lot of TV because he he taps in. He
Heavy
taps in.
consumer.
Yep, he taps in, and he knows his comics, and he knows
Mhm.
his genre really good, man. I found him one day, and I haven't never stopped. So everything that he talk about, it be to the point. You know what I mean? It'd be right on point.
Nice.
So Malachi, you got anything coming up other than
Tomorrow, tomorrow we at the Referee Theater. Tuesday, I'm at the Detroit House of Comedy, 7:30. Wednesday, I'm at Burn Bar and Grill.
That's super dope. That's super dope. I want to give a big shout out to DJ Touch for holding us down in the comic section as my young boy experienced technical difficulties. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. This is Big Tone, and this is the young boy Mally, and we about to break up out of here. And only thing we can do is give the people what they want every day. This is Mask Off, episode 117, Nostalgia. We're here every Friday at 9 p.m. Malachi, what it do?
Oh, bang, boom.